I.O.W. Sports. I.O.W. Sports. I.O.W. Sports. Hey, it's I.W. Sports. It's your boy Wildcom in the building. You know who that guy is.
What up, though?
What up, though? Detroit man, the man with the grandmaster plan of the whole I.O.W. network. It is Monday. What a beautiful day.
Right.
Day. Well, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Out in North Carolina, this damn pollen is getting damn ridiculous. This damn pollen is down there trying to suffocate them all. Let me clear my throat.
Right.
But of course, down south, we get all the beautiful plants because all this pollen,
Right.
That's the only payoff. But damn, that shit, the whole city is yellow. Yellow.
Bunch of light-skinned niggas around here.
Everything's yellow.
City full of light-skinned niggas.
No, I'd be coming at the car. I'd be like, God damn. Everybody black and yellow, right. Black and yellow. Looking like Pittsburgh Steelers in this giant. Anyway, let's get all the preliminaries out the way. Right. The important shit, the house cleaning shit that pays the bills. Going over to the website, www.IOftenWonder19. That kind of we get all the information of anything I.O.W. network related, all the material. And of course, we have said it last week and we're going to keep hollering it to the top of the mountains. Apple and iOS users, going over to your Apple store, go get the app. The I.O.W. network app is available. It's up. It's popping. Go on over there, check it out, and give us feedback because we're just going to keep tweaking with it to, make it the finest app, anything media related possible. You've been grinding very hard with this, especially Mel, who's been hitting that up. So definitely make sure to go on over and support, especially all you Apple and iOS users. Go on over and get the app. No worry. Android users, that app is coming soon in the next couple of weeks. Promise. All right. If not, put it on Mail. I ain't got shit to do with that. I'm just here for good looks and talking shit. So I don't know what. Blame it on Mail.
Blame it on
Mail. But for real, we appreciate the support. So going over, check that out. But of course, we're gonna talk some sports. As you can see, I'm dressed in my NWO Wolfpack gear today. Red and black. But check this out. We normally don't talk a lot of pro wrestling because it has a lot of sport element to it. It has some danger, injuries, like danger, like most sports do. But of course, it's scripted. It's primarily for entertainment. But I've drawn into pro wrestling as a kid. But big news, of course, WrestleMania just happened this weekend.
Yeah, right.
I'm a big wrestling head, so now that WrestleMania was on 2 days, and the first event with the crowd back, it was great to see crowd in the stands, and especially for WrestleMania, because the pandemic took it away last year. First WrestleMania that they had to just work on the fly with no audience, but it was great to see the fans back, and of course, history was made night one on Saturday. Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, two black women who headlined the WrestleMania main event. with the championship on the line, and Bianca Belair came out with the championship.
Right.
So she is now the new SmackDown Women's Champion. But I just got to shout that out. What's up? Oh, we got some.
What we got here? Melvin said, protest in Minnesota again because of the police shooting. Mets and Timberwolves game. Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah. We was gonna get to that, Mel. Just like any other Monday, we get breaking news right before the show starts, and then so that broke over. It pretty much, if anybody hasn't been paying attention, the police chiefs of the Minnesota Police Department said that the death of Dante Wright was the result of an accidental discharge.
That's what happened with my first kid. Accidental discharge.
Like that applies to that. But in this situation, I don't know. How do you say
my bad,
accidental discharge? I didn't mean to shoot you.
Right.
I mean, they're saying that the guy had a, he's yelled taser, but ended up pulling a pistol and shooting the guy. We're not. We'll let the process play out on that, but we already got an idea how that's gonna go. But so it has put the Red Sox and the Minnesota Twins game has been postponed. And then the Brooklyn Nets and the Timberwolves, they'll probably get postponed as well.
Right.
Because there are protests going on. We don't know. I haven't seen any news of the severity of the protests like it was with George Floyd. Now that one was a different, that was a different type of protest right there. And, the city got burnt down.
Right.
So we're not getting any news right now of anything close to that severity. So we don't know. I mean, crazy situation. That's probably not the breaking news I wanted to kind of come over.
Right.
On a sports show. I'm not feeling too good about breaking that one. Not at all. There's another brother dead. They can call it accidental discharge or not.
Yeah, I think that's a bunch of garbage, man. Because my thing is like his excuse is that he meant to reach for his taser, but he reached for his pistol. So you didn't look. You know what I'm saying? The taser handle and the pistol handle feels totally different.
Hey,
the weight is different.
End of the day, he dead, and he got to pay for this. I ain't trying to hear that excuse. You shot him. He's dead.
This nigga Richard.
You know what I'm saying?
He says, I have breaking news. The Nets got drugged by the Lakers.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
This the guy. This guy.
I'm not feeling too happy about reporting about that.
Right. But we gonna get to your Lakers in a minute, bro.
Yeah, we'll get to the Lakers, but I mean, once again, they're gonna delay a baseball and a basketball game.
Right.
That sports is just getting just put to the side because of just social mess that just continues to happen. I mean, it gets tired. It
gets very tired. I mean, it's like Lamar was talking before we went on air.
Yeah.
And that's why I haven't even watched the whole Chauvin court case. I'm just tired of it.
No, I honestly, that little bit that we listened to, first time I ever paid attention to it and listened to it, and because I'm just like, I have a bad feeling when I know this is going, so I'm just like, I don't even want to get emotionally invested into it.
Because when you look at the little pieces that you see, because you can't help see some stuff pop up on your feed.
Nah, bro. I don't even pay attention to it.
It pops up on my feed, and I glance at it. You say, "Oh, okay." It looks like he should get convicted, but then at the same time, we've seen this before. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I try not to even look at it, because it's just like,
I ain't trying to get emotionally involved, bro.
Right, I'm not trying to, because it's like it just make you more and more upset.
Piss the hell off. That's why I'm like, nope.
But anyway, let's get on back into this sports, because we say the social commentary for I often wonder.
Yeah. No, we'll do that for sure. But in some other breaking history that happened, Yesterday, of course, the Masters went down in Augusta, Georgia.
Right.
And it's such a tradition in the golf game. It's pretty much their equivalent of the Super Bowl.
Right.
And Hideki Matsuyama, first Japanese
what he
born.
said.
Yeah, Hideki Matsuyama, like Hideki no Mo.
Right.
So like I remember that
Hideki Matsui.
And then Matsuyama,
Right. Hideki Masterio.
Oh my God. So he became the first Japanese-born man to win a major in the PGA. That's huge.
Right. That is big. That's historic.
Now, crazy as it sounds, I'm going on the record that this is kind of a reflection of what Tiger Woods did.
Okay.
With him being half black, half Asian, he brought two cultural communities interested in the game of golf.
Okay.
Because I'm one of them. I didn't care about golf. Then Tiger Woods hit the scene, and got some melanin. Okay, so my dad got into it. So me being around my dad, I got into it, and so then I cooked at kitchens and country clubs. I had golf courses, so I've been around golf. So I was like, let me get into it. And believe it or not, I'm gonna say this, brothers, get into golf because golf is a game where businessmen play. And then if you want to rub elbows with certain individuals, go learn the game of golf.
Yeah. So my I had aunts and uncles, a few cousins that play golf. So I was always around. I caddy as a teenager.
A word?
Yeah.
Oh, you caddy.
Yeah.
You like caddy shot for real?
Caddy shot for real. Yeah. So but I still didn't really get into golf.
Yeah.
I mean, Tiger Woods was like, so okay, he's winning, so I would watch it. I mean, just like with some of the other sports, I know a little bit about it because of the sports highlights and stuff like that. But I'm not really a golf person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
A golf enthusiast.
Well, I mean, I can handle my own with, before I got this pot belly from two kids, I was, pretty athletic. So I've done a lot.
You had a baby? How you get a pot belly for two kids?
See, that's
I'm just saying, you see a pot belly for two kids, like you pushed them out or something.
I did.
Okay. You might have pushed something in, but you ain't pushed nothing out, nigga. You ain't pushed nothing out, nigga.
Hey man, look, it's 2021, but dad bods.
Move on, nigga. Move on.
Dad bods is in, nigga. Anyway, I'm too sexy for my shot. Anyway,
nigga, that's beer and food.
B&F.
Right.
That's how I was doing. That's how stay the same. With the girls. Lift the little 24 ounce up.
That's why my arms so big. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? Arms for stomach, nigga. Arms for stomach.
Shut your ass up. But no, I mean, I think just this is kind of the product of that whole era that got into Tiger Woods,
right?
And not to take anything away from Hideki Matsuyama because he's been getting top 10 finishes,
right?
And he just hasn't been able to, get that major. So he's been close,
right?
People who are deep into the game of golf know that the guy has the talent,
right?
He has the chance to, be consistently at the top of the leaderboard because he's done it. But hey, shouts out to him, props to him. That's history in the making. So more barriers are getting broken down, and especially in this time of climate that America's in with this recent strain of just wanting to beat up on Asian Americans, which is my heart goes out to them, but you guys are welcome to the party. That, and I don't mean to sound fucked up about that. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying, as a brother, welcome to the party. I mean, join the club.
Yeah, let's not even go down that road right now.
No, we're not. I'm just saying, that we'll leave that.
Right.
But I mean, hey, I think it's a piece of hope for people that look like him.
I mean, I think the game,
and that's why I kind of wanted to go because they're going through a real tough stretch in America.
Well, I think that the game is better off when you have different people winning the game. If you look at the history of Augusta when only white people can play there.
Yeah.
And when you look at all the different, most country clubs, period.
Yeah.
But since Augusta is the quote unquote the cream of the crop,
yeah.
It's good to see, when Tiger was winning. Now you see
Tiger got
Asian, right?
Tiger got 5.
That's Asian American winning.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think for the game of golf,
yeah,
it makes it better.
Yeah, and good exposure,
right?
Good exposure for the game of golf to get,
and then
get more Asian Americans
interested in it and want to play. I mean, but Michelle Wee,
no,
you know what I'm saying? She wasn't an Asian American who played, and I think that kind of got people interested in it.
Yeah,
so it's not he's the first male to win it, but I don't think he's not the first Asian to bring eyes to the game.
No, and honestly, and I'm glad you brought that up because there's been multiple Asian women in the LPGA that have won way before any male has.
Right.
This is just history because he's the first Asian man, Japanese man. So the game of golf literally and kind of go back to what Tiger Woods did. Like I didn't touch on the part that literally Asian women they dominate in the LPGA. So that's a different flip of the coin on their side. But on the men's side, shout out to Hideki Matsuyama.
Yes.
Hey, picked up $2.1 million on that bag too. Whew.
Let me hold something, Hideki.
Hey, that's 4 days work.
You know what I'm saying?
4 days work.
4 days work, man. That's a nice little bag.
Million.
Nice little bag for 4 days.
I'm in the wrong gig.
I better learn how to swing that club. Instead of hit niggas with it, and hit the ball with it.
I mean, honestly, golf is similar to baseball with your swing. You have good eye-hand coordination.
It ain't similar to basketball. Ask Charles Barkley.
No.
Because his swing is horrible.
And we don't know what happened with Charles.
He's like he having a heart attack. He swing.
That little hitch.
I don't know if to get the doctor for but what's going on. You got a sandwich stuck in your throat, Charles?
I can't with you. But in other history being made, of course, we talked about how Deion Sanders, a big name from the NFL, is making his transition to college football. This one came out of left field. Eddie George, if you guys aren't familiar, Ohio State running back, then turned Houston Oiler when they moved to Tennessee Titans, all-pro running back, has been hired at Tennessee State to be the new head coach of their football program, which is a HBCU. Hooray! But I'm just like, where did this come from? We talked about having Deion Sanders possibly opening that door for more NFL names to become coaches, and this is a good thing. I'm just perplexed because he has no coaching experience.
But you know what I like about it? Look
whatsoever.
What he's doing. He's talking about getting Jeff Fisher down there, Jeff Fisher's son,
getting NFL coaches.
Ray Lewis on the staff.
If you get Ray Lewis,
see, he talking about bringing. Here's a couple good things out of this. If he gets all those people on the staff, people gonna want to come.
Hell yeah.
Jeff Fisher, successful coach.
I'm gonna see if I got some college eligibility left.
Then you're looking at Ray Lewis coaching your defense.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Successful in the NFL, successful player. People want to come and play for them.
Which is what we talked about.
Right.
When
I think
Deion
getting hired is kind of open up the floodgates. You still have to get a nod to Master P's son going to Tennessee State playing basketball.
Yeah.
So,
Hershey Miller.
Right. So you seeing like people starting to go back to historical Black colleges and doing things. And that's what's needed. We said it before and it just was like, I don't know, do people tune in? Are they tuning into our show? Because we keep saying stuff and stuff keep happening. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good thing. It's a good thing for black colleges.
Speaking of Jackson State actually, man, it's like every game that they're playing has been a fantastic game. Of course, they were been featured on ESPN pretty much every week,
right?
Who did they play? Alabama A&M, yeah, and that ended up turning out to be a wonderful game,
right?
And that's another byproduct of what we said, that it opens eyes to other teams, and,
right?
And we're getting good games, and even though Jackson State came out on the losing end,
52.
Yeah. But I mean, they're getting better. They're friendly. Their defense. I like their defense, but they're figuring out how to start getting their offense going. Offense had a couple little issues with quarterback making a couple of bad reads,
right?
Bad interceptions. But with Deion being primarily a defensive player all his career, he has played offense. So I'm pretty sure him being a defensive guy that he was at cornerback and a wide receiver from time to time, and I'm pretty sure he understands the placement of where the ball needs to be as a quarterback.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think
as a wide receiver where you need to be positioned.
I believe they'll get it together.
Oh yeah, they'll get it.
So I mean, even if it doesn't happen this year, the fact he's getting eyes on Jackson State. Now you got Eddie George's eyes on Tennessee State.
Yeah.
And then
the whole SWAT booming because of this Jackson State thing.
So like if you start seeing more and more coaches coming in and doing stuff like that, that raises the level of the SWAT.
Yeah. And,
you know what I'm saying?
And that's what I think was happening, is because they're playing in competitive games. So they're playing real close, tight games, and that can go either way, where it either who mistake here, mistake there. But
thanks, Stephanie. She said, "Hey Jamal, I slid the reaction bar to laugh, and I was lost in how to respond. I'm a bonehead. You two make sports, even golf, interesting. You two rock. Thanks, Steph.
Thanks, Steph. No, Steph.
Now, Stephanie been supporting. Yeah, shout out to Stephanie.
She's been a real great supporter.
She support you at night. No,
that's a
true supporter, because I be on the pillow like
Steph.
looking like, oh, I'm going to bed. You know what I'm saying?
No, we appreciate it, Steph.
We appreciate you.
Big time, because Steph be up in a late night with me.
Right.
She helped me out one time. My audio was working. She's like, I can't hear you. I was like, oh, thank you.
And those also too, we are live on I.O.W Network, the radio station.
Yep.
Like Lamar mentioned earlier, if you do have a iOS device,
Apple heads,
you can download the app in the App Store. Just put in I.O.W Network, it'll pop right up. You can download the app.
Yeah.
Also, hopefully the Android app be done by next week, I'm hoping.
Yeah. And if it ain't, don't blame me.
We're doing a soft launch on it.
Yeah.
And then hopefully by May or June, we're going to go a full rollout of it, with more content.
Oh yeah. But
go back to the sports. Alex Rodriguez, man.
All right, I gotta say it. J-Lo, man, she be collecting rings like Thanos, man. Like, she be collecting engagement rings like she Thanos for real, bro. Like now A-Rod ain't good enough for you. Like, dang, like, hey, she like, oh, I'll be with you for a minute. Let me get that little engagement ring. And like,
I'm good.
I ain't
trying to build this Affinity gauntlet, nigga.
Look, my thing is, poof, be gone. Right. Single again.
Right. Bam. Shake my booty on that.
Hey, older she get, the fine wine that she. Her and Angela Bassett, boy. Watch yourself. Show me what you're working with. Anyway. So A-Rod is among a group to purchase the Minnesota Timberwolves of the NBA and the Minnesota Lynx of the WNBA for a reported purchase price of $1.5 billion.
Right.
Now the report. Now I'm kind of confused. If you're saying $1.5 billion for both the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Minnesota.
I think it's collective.
Like.
I think it's a collective.
Collectively.
Collective.
Which is crazy because the Clippers by themselves went for 2. So,
but you talking about the Clippers and the Timberwolves?
I get what you're saying.
LA market,
I know, in a Minnesota market, which right now y'all Minnesota market is not popping. Y'all got some police issues.
Y'all too busy shooting folks. Y'all should be shooting baskets, not black folks. You know what I'm saying? Stop shooting the black folks and start shooting baskets. You know what I'm saying?
But no, I mean, we don't take our humor, out of context. We're just being silly. But I think it's big to get another minority into ownership.
Right.
Just, period.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
say it's a group.
Yeah, it's a group.
I mean, Alex Rodriguez is part of it, but it is a group. And
Magic Johnson was part of the Dodgers group.
Right. So, and I'm not knocking it. I'm just bringing clarity. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking. I'm just saying, it's a group.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's big. And I think
as long as it's signature on something.
Right. I think it's big, Alex Rodriguez being Afro-Latino, buying into 2 sport teams, and hopefully he can lift both franchises up to a better standard.
Yes.
I think the Lynx is more interesting than the Timberwolves.
Yes.
To watch.
I mean, if they can get Maya Moore back, but she's doing her social justice thing. I don't think she's coming back anyway. But
I don't want to discuss that right now. Go ahead.
Yeah. But with the Lynx part, what can they do to invest that product too? Because we talked about it. I've talked about it on the late night show, and and about the Draymond comments. And if anybody hasn't seen that, y'all go check that out.
Right, I'm gonna speak on that a little later too, because I think that I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I want to go down that rabbit hole right now because I'll wait to the end.
Because I can see where your head was turning to. I was like, you sure you want to do this?
Because I want to make that my get off your chest moment.
Okay, we'll let, because you look like you was ready to just unload all of it off your chest. So it's like,
but now we can get into Richard's comment. I'm gonna put it back up just in case some of y'all forget.
Just in case y'all forgot.
Right. The Nets and the Lakers.
Yeah. 126-101.
Right.
Los Angeles Lakers get the victory over the Brooklyn Nets Saturday night. What's the takeaways? What's your first takeaway, big bro?
I think it was significant in a couple of ways. It helped boost the confidence of the Lakers.
Yes. Big time.
And I still people was out on social media talking about, I said the Lakers in 5. I still don't think that's gonna mean that the Lakers are gonna beat. I think it's gonna go 7 games.
Look,
here's the thing. I will say this.
No AD, Lakers, no LeBron, no bueno. End of the day.
Well,
because the way that the Lakers is constructed, they can't beat that Brooklyn Nets team 4 times.
Right.
But they got their 1 victory. Enjoy, go back because.
But what I want to say is the way they play.
Yeah.
If they play that way with AD and LeBron, they can win the series. Because if you look at what they did, they blocked a lot of shots, got a lot of steals. They won it. They played good defense. And that's what's going to be the key to me of them winning that series, because everybody know Brooklyn defense is garbage.
Yeah.
And now in a series, yes, there's going to be times where Brooklyn will outscore the Lakers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when the Lakers players are shooting cold and they can play that style of defense, they can pull wins out that way.
I'll put it like this. AD went there. LeBron went there.
Right.
Even bummy Kyle Kuzma didn't play. Schroeder, who was a good contributor, him and Kyrie got kicked out 3rd quarter. I know James Harden didn't play.
Right.
But still, I mean, when you see how the Nets, all right, so I'm gonna look at this 2 ways. So for the Lakers, they got a good win. It gives those players who are not Anthony Davis and who are not LeBron James confidence that they can at least be in a game against a competitive team.
Right.
They're not necessarily going to always win those games because, you know, if you got KD on the other side, his talent more than likely is going to trump yours, period.
Right.
You know, so it gives them the boost that as a team collectively that they can be in games without AD and LeBron.
Right.
However, you still need LeBron and AD to get the chip.
Oh yeah, that's not
Okay.
without a doubt. That's without a doubt.
Okay.
Well, I was making more of a point. Let me read Mel's comment. I'm gonna see what I was.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's read.
Melvin says the Lakers played with a lot of heart, and they really wanted to win that game.
They did.
Not sure the Nets wanted as bad as they did. Good game for the Lakers, which is I agree with that.
Yes.
But my larger point was when I watched the game, I like the style of defense they played, and I think that is the key when LeBron. AD come back. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So I wasn't saying that without them they could win. What I'm saying is that style of play, they keep that style of play up.
Yes.
If they make it to the finals,
now that's
playing against the Nets.
That's the biggest thing. Can these players who let's be 100% role players can keep this same energy, keep this same fight, keep this same play, and add LeBron and AD back to it? Of course, you have a problem for the West and to the NBA. Well, and then I want to look at this on the Brooklyn side. You know, it's a regular season game. You know, KD's second or third game back.
Right.
You know, first start. I don't think, you know, and it's kind of piggybacking off of what Melvin said. I kind of got the same feeling that, you know, let's see what we can really measure at.
Right.
You know, not really caring too much. Blah, blah, blah. James is out. You know, Kyrie get, you know, I don't think they really cared too much to really go out and win that game once they realized, like, all right, you know, they beat us up enough, you know, white flag. KD comes out like midway through the fourth, you know, like 6 minutes left.
Right.
And so I was like, I think they pretty much was like, we'll see them. We'll see them.
Melvin said, however, minutes restriction for KD, Kyrie tossed out. The Cavs and the Wizards beat the Nets twice. Don't take a lot from this game.
No,
well, I'm not. I will just. Well, let me say this.
Yeah.
Throughout the course of a season,
you know
what I'm saying, you will find
1 and 2
lesser
games,
teams beating greater teams because of the grind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, sports like
I caught you on that bad day.
Sports like the NBA, MLB. It's a long grind.
It's a marathon.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a marathon.
And so you're going to have games where the lesser team is going to beat the greater team, so to speak.
It's a marathon.
Yeah, because
you can't win every stage of the race.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You need to make sure you're in position that at the end, you are at where you need to be at.
Right.
So, I mean, I think we're all on the same accord on that, you know, I think nobody's reading too much into this game on the Brooklyn side, at least. I'm thinking this is more important for the Lakers because they need to show, those role players need to show that when it comes down to it, that LeBron and AD can count on them.
Right.
Because let's be honest, I think LeBron and AD might be closer to coming back than what they're leading on. And then that, because look at the Lakers, they've been staying steady around 4, 5, 6 seed.
Right.
They've been staying steady.
Right.
You know, without them, you know, why rush back spaghetti noodle ankle AD. You know, why rush back Father Time LeBron James? You know what I'm saying? Why rush him back? If the boat been kind of, you know, it kind of dipped, but then it, you know, didn't take so much in water, and then it's just kind of staying steady.
Right.
You know, kind of see, you know, how the team is going to be able to formulate. You know, that's what I think is so important about these role players right now. They need to find out what they're made of, if they can be counted on in the playoffs.
I agree with that, Melvin. See, said, but it's still a concern that mentally they didn't want to beat a shorthanded team as bad as they wanted to beat them. They got to fix that. He also said, I do see Kyrie being pissed about these police issues, though. Keep your eye on that. And see, here's my thing.
Yeah,
and some people may not agree with this, but I don't care.
He was going to sit out regardless tonight anyway.
I understand you being upset.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes me mad too.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? But I can't not go to work because I'm pissed about that.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? It's just you have to. I mean, my thing is like, yeah, he has a different type of job than I have, paying way more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a different pay rate, bro.
Different pay rate. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying?
Way different pay rate.
You have to know how to balance those things.
I got you.
I know I mean, think about 2020.
Yeah.
All the stuff that happened in 2020.
Man, went way too much.
How many times can I just sit out for that? You know what I'm saying? We never went going to work, but in general, I never would have went to work.
Hell, you know not only when you not went to work, motherfuckers like, we can't hire you.
Yeah, I saw that too, Melvin. There was also a black Army lieutenant in uniform.
Yeah, we saw that.
Pepper spray in Virginia. I saw that too.
I heard about that.
Yeah, and it's like we try to turn this to a social justice.
No, we're not trying to. But I mean,
I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying it just seems that's the way it's going. We just go with the flow of the show. But
we're gonna go with the flow of the show. What I'm saying that social and sports.
The biggest issue I had with that is that the United States as a whole always talking about how they uplift their military. Yeah. You think about the Colin Kaepernick thing, they kneeling. You disrespecting that uniform. You disrespecting the uniform. You disrespecting the military. And here is a man in uniform, and they gave him no respect. No respect. So my thing is like, is the uniform respect thing? Yeah. It's only meant if you white in that uniform. If you're black in that uniform,
still don't mean a damn thing.
Don't mean a thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's all a smoke screen. It's all a smoke screen. And I think that's the part that made me even more upset, because it's like, okay, here you are talking about Kaepernick being disrespectful. Because you kneeling against because this man is, because of the army and stuff. I mean, because of the military. Here's a man in his uniform. He's not just telling you I'm a lieutenant. He had his uniform on.
Straight.
You know what I'm saying?
Fatigues all on.
And they gave him no respect. Just like, I don't know if I told the story before, but so when I worked in law enforcement, they give us a little sticker to put.
Use the funds now.
They give us a little sticker to put in our window.
Yeah.
And when you drive around, they see that sticker. They give you courtesy. So one time, a friend of mine was driving, and I didn't know he had a suspended license.
Yeah.
And I was outside the city of Detroit. I worked for Detroit. I was outside the city of Detroit, and the city of Southfield pulled me over. They saw the sticker in the window. I had my uniform on. I was in the passenger seat. They walk up to the car, and the usual license, registration, blah blah blah. Then my man said, "Step out the car for a second, bro." I stepped out the car. He said, "Look, the man don't have any license. His plate's dirty, blah blah blah." He said, "Just drive him home." You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of courtesy they gave us. So I'm raising that point to say, this guy in his military uniform, why he couldn't get that common courtesy? Whether or not they want him to step out the car.
I thought we was all blue,
right? You know what I'm saying?
Or
right. Whether or not he wanted, because he's saying he didn't step out the car, but the guy had his hands out of the window, showing another threat. He asked him a legitimate question: "Why did you pull me over?" You have the right to ask that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a legitimate question. And they still was like, get out the car. Then they finally got out the car after he sprayed him, still pushing him on the ground. I mean, all that was unnecessary. I don't know, man. It's just, you get tired of seeing that.
And that's two things that, we didn't even want to even, speak on, because
I don't know, Melvin. I understand what you're saying. He said baseball ain't work though, Mel. They treat it like work, but it ain't work. It's entertainment. It's sugar, not protein. It's not needed. Yes and no. I understand what you're saying. Yes, it's entertainment, but these people are under contract. They are labor force for whatever sports they're playing. So it's still a job. It may not be a job as in the common sense we say of job. It's still a job. It's still at work. They still are employees of such and such team,
organization,
such and such organization.
Yeah.
And I think that let's look at it like this. Say they call them contract workers. All right. And you want to say they're not employees, they're still contract workers. And I think if you under contract, you can't just keep saying, oh, I got personal reasons. Oh, we have to take you out of contract. Melvin said, notice how everything that's being happening with the police brutality takes away from all the excuses one by one. Yeah. First they said, don't protest in the streets, and then Kaepernick kneeled. Then they said, don't disrespect the flag and the troops. Then the cops themselves show no respect for the troops in uniform. You're right, Mel. I agree.
You ain't gonna get no disagreement on that.
I agree with you on that one, bro.
I mean,
so it's like, since
we
down this rabbit hole,
what do you do?
What do we do? You know what I'm saying?
That's what
do you do?
What do you do?
It's like, and then
can't win.
You look at other countries. Other countries uprise.
Yeah.
Other countries, and it's not that I'm saying that's what we should do, but I'm just kind of paralleling it. You know, you look at what other countries do when things like this happen. Mm-hmm. You know, and they say we're the land of the free, home of the brave, and all that stuff, all that hoopla. You know, in other countries, they uprise and fight for their rights. Mm-hmm. So if we try to stay within the parameters of the rules that you give us, and okay, like Melvin said, don't protest in the street. All right, fine. We'll kneel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You kneel. Oh, don't disrespect the flag. All right, fine. You disrespect the flag. So it's like everything you tell us not to do, either you're going to do it, you're going to do the opposite, or you tell us or find another way. So, you know, how many cheeks I'm going to keep turning until I run out of cheeks?
As far as I knew, I only had, 2 up
four.
Here and four in general.
I ain't turning them cheeks for nobody.
Never that. Never that. If you do it now, you in a bad situation, playboy.
Right, ain't turning them cheeks for nobody. But for I'm a cheek turner, nigga.
I don't turn my cheeks. I turn you cheeks.
I turn cheeks. But anyway, no, but serious, you know. But seriously though, yeah. So it's one of those things that it's upsetting.
Yeah,
it's frustrating. You know, Melvin said black athletes have to have a responsibility to their community that no other demographic have. I'm never going to tell black athletes not to go to work during these circumstances when they are protesting.
I mean, hey, look, if they want to protest, by all means. I'm not, you know, if Kyrie wants to continue taking it, that's his prerogative. Mm-hmm. I can care less. All I'm gonna say as a basketball fan, mm-hmm. it takes away from just him being there. You know, because we understand the talent that he has. But
let me make myself clear.
Okay.
I want to make myself clear. When I'm just speaking about facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to really get down to how I really feel, damn the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't really care. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy watching sports, so I'm not saying that. But when it comes to talking about social justice and stuff like that, I care nothing about the NBA. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna treat us like that, I didn't go that way. You're gonna treat us like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be taken the wrong way. You're gonna treat us like that. The heck with it. You know what I'm saying? The heck with the NBA. The heck with the MLB. All that. I can care less.
No, but this is literally Kyrie's thought process.
Right.
You know, I think he's looking out for the best interest of his thoughts, of his social issues that he has problems with. You know what I'm saying? He's voicing his opinion. He's not afraid to act on his thoughts and feelings,
Right.
which is cool with.
Mm-hmm.
But just understand that it there's something that he's got to sacrifice to do that.
Okay.
And unfortunately, you know, the talent and the admiration that he gets on the court doesn't always translate to social things, because at the end of the day, and what if I put it like this? What if he goes to one of these riots or whatever, or protests, and because he's feeling like, you know, this is where I should be because how I feel about social issues. What if he gets caught in a situation and his status as celebrity ain't gonna even matter? What if he catches something that wasn't intended for him?
And Mel, I'm read your comments. I do agree with that comment. That's why I want to make myself clear. I was just kind of making a comparison, but when it comes to it, when it boils down to it, I do understand from that standpoint.
Yeah.
So I don't want nobody to misconstrue what I'm saying.
I got you.
Mel said, us that need our jobs to eat don't have the luxury to protest. So that millionaires are doing what we can't.
Yes.
We gotta applaud them for that. And I agree. You know what I'm saying? I give you that. You know what I'm saying? They ought to be lauded.
No, I feel you that.
And you know, and everything. And I do agree with that.
Which was kind of in my process as well, is because this is what Kyrie's situation is something that we can't handle because we're not in that not in that same status.
Right.
You know, let's be honest. We're not financially in that same bracket.
Right.
He's dealing with rich people problems. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't in the you know, check to check bracket with us. You know what I'm saying? He ain't in the, you know, and what am I gonna pay this week? And what, you know, you gotta take a guess what the shit you gonna have to pay. So I mean, you know, he's dealing with issues and certain, you know, things that we ain't gonna never have to deal with.
Right.
Period. You know? Right. And but you know, he's using his platform. You know, I'm never gonna say I don't do that.
Right.
No, by all means, speak up. Because you have that platform. Right. You know, when we have a platform right here,
we try to use our platform to do the same thing.
We're gonna say something. Right. And I'm man enough to, if people gonna, you know, come at me or what I'm saying, I'm man enough to stand up to it and explain my thought process of why I said it. So, you know, we have our platform. Kyrie has his. Everybody should use a platform, period. Right. You know, we glad, Melvin, you use Man Down Podcast Network as your platform. It's a great platform. Right. Keep using it, brother. Right. So, you know, hey, everybody has their platform. As long as you are using it for something of progression. Okay. You know, as long as you're using it for some kind of progression, I'm all for it. Okay. If you're using it for destruction and regression, then what the hell we doing? Period. But I mean, you know, we what we looking at on time?
Oh, we good. We good. You go ahead and move to the next one.
Yeah, about 13 minutes. Well, we'll touch on it real quick and then we'll get it off our chest. You know, baseball, of course, is in full swing. Right. You know, they've been having a couple of you know, little controversial little at the place little situation. Right. So last Thursday, the Mets, the New York Mets and the Miami Marlins.
Was it Mets and Marlins?
Yeah, Mets and Marlins. They had a game come down, bases loaded, and Michael Conforto, who's actually having a down year and he's struggling. You know, literally, you know, kind of stuck that elbow out.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about,
Yeah, but then even on Sunday, right? You got the Braves and the Phillies.
I think. Well, go ahead and finish. You
know, the Braves and the Phillies plate to plate. I mean, it looks like a clear tag and not even touched the plate of home by the Phillies guy, and but they called him safe. Reviewed it and still upheld it as safe for them to. So you know, they reviewed that and still stuck with the same answer. And then with the Michael Conforto situation, he was thinking they that's something that can't be reviewable.
Well, it can in the case of a batter being hit. Yes. I think that's why they reviewed it.
Yes.
Right.
But they can't review whether the intent of him sticking his purple purpose, which is so I guess in the rules of baseball that you can't do that.
And I looked at it.
Yeah.
The initial It did look like he stuck his elbow out.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
No, that motherfucker leaned into that shit.
Like he did lean into it. And then like when they showed it from another angle, almost looked like he could have been swinging. Because sometimes you do like this, the swing.
Nah, that nigga chicken. He chicken winged that shit, dog. And you saw
it grazed him.
Grazed him too.
It grazed him. So it was like
it was like
take your base,
and won the
game. But I want to kind of play this right here.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey everyone, Gil at CloseCallSports.com. You asked me to look at this, so I'm going to look at it. Philadelphia, Atlanta, tie game, top of the ninth, runner on third. Could be the go-ahead run. Let's see what happens.
Zuna's got it. Bohm's going to try it. Here he comes, and he's safe.
Controversial safe calls at home plate, late game situation in Atlanta. Where have I seen this before?
The throw, and they got him. No! He called him safe! Jerry Meals called him safe! The throw beat him by a mile!
Okay, the Jerry Meals play didn't have replay, but back in the present day, we now have replay. So let's get this call right. If we go to the replay angle, the question becomes, succinctly, did the runner's left foot touch home plate? I can diagram the play and say, did the umpire have the keyhole angle he saw? Did he see it? Did he not? You know, he actually starts third base line extended, and then Barrett goes toward his left, toward point of plate, because he reads the play as the action area occurring closer to the point, and he actually has a great look. This play is going to open up for him, because again, we're looking for that left foot. That's the key action area, and as we continue advancing this, we see that the runner's left foot is going to open up right to the umpire. So the umpire has a great look, but we don't, because the umpire's pant leg blocks us out from seeing what happened. So we need to open up another angle. This will tell us exactly what happened. It looks like the runner's foot is going over top of home plate, but oh wait, and then a speck of dirt gets kicked up. So I split screen it and try to piece it together, but no, the umpire's leg is blocking it out, and things become really difficult. Well, what does the rule actually say? Clear and convincing evidence. That's the standard. So if I try split screen this, the top left, the umpire's pants in the way. The bottom left, the camera angle's too high. I can't tell depth. And the right side, there's a speck of dirt that's getting kicked up that makes it difficult to see. The problem here, and again, clear and convincing, call overturned, call upheld, stands, confirmed. So confusing. The framework is clear and convincing, which basically means I need to prove a negative. I need to prove that the runner in this case did not do something, and proving a negative is awfully difficult. Wow, how does that happen? If this was a situation where I would just have two options, safe or out using replay, those are your only options, can't go with call stands, I'd call the runner out because it sure didn't look like the runner touched home plate. It sure looked like the foot missed home plate. But because of the clear and convincing evidence standard that MLB has decided to put into its rules, this is going to be a call stands. And the umpires say, yeah, we saw the replay too. Snitker's going to go, he's upset.
And I think I think with that one, that clear and convincing. Because when you look at it, in real time,
yeah,
it looked like he didn't even touch the plate. It looked clear like he didn't touch the plate. But when you go back, when he was showing us split screens,
yeah, you
couldn't tell. You know what I'm saying? And really, if you look at it, you couldn't tell from the angles that he had. So then, if you're going by the rule,
yeah,
it said clear and convincing. It wasn't clear or convincing, because even when I one angle, you see the dirt, but the dirt's in the way. You can't tell if that's the dirt touching or the foot touching it. So I think the bigger issue is MLB rules.
Yeah.
They need to adjust the rules to the replay, because I think if the ref didn't have to go by those standards, he probably would have called him out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, in real time, he felt like he clearly missed it. I kept
looking at that replay so many times. I'm like,
and when they show the replay, it confused me more. I'm looking like, okay, I can't really tell.
No, for me, I'm just like, I don't see him touch the plate. That's where my confusion.
But see,
at.
I think you might be saying that because you already made up in your mind that he didn't touch the plate. Look, go back and look at it from the angles.
I got
you. Know what I'm saying?
I got.
I'm just talking about two separate things.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about what I think happened.
No, yeah.
So what I think happened is that he was out.
Yeah, but at that point, it didn't come like the court of law.
Right.
Did you or did you not touch the base?
And so I think that's the bigger issue. It's like, okay, yeah, here's what I think happened.
Yeah.
I think he's out. But when I go to the
What
replay,
can you prove?
the replay looks like
what does it show?
It's not clear and cut. You know what I'm saying? So going by that, the Empire was going by the standards of baseball. So that means the issue to me. Go ahead.
No, because he made a call in at that moment,
right,
live, because he has to. That's his job.
That's his job.
But they're reviewing is just like the NFL. They have some independent, reviewer official somewhere, and they talking on the phone, and this is what I see. Blah, blah, blah. So I think at that point, that's when they're like, hold up. Since what's your call on the field? We don't have clear and cut. So I think that's a football thing, or similar to it. Right. Whatever the call on the field is very important because it literally comes into fact. What are you proving? Of what or didn't happen? Right. So that's why the call on the field is probably the most important thing out of any review process. But I mean, that's the letter of the law, for Major League, for NBA, for NFL, and literally soccer. Right. I mean, reviewing is it's all over the whole sports.
I hear soccer talking about the same thing.
Yeah, because they got the VR thing.
Yeah,
and
they talk about the same issue. Right. They talk about the same issue when it comes to instant replay. So, like I said, well, since we talking Pacific about baseball, I think the MLB just need to review the standards in
their language,
and of the law, of the rules, and fix it that way. Because you are pigeonholed the umpires and the refs to those particular standards, and they have to uphold those standards.
Yeah.
And I think we who are emotionally invested, if it's our team, we don't care what it is. We want the win or we don't want to take the L. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's like, well, the umpire is going basically what standards are. And that's what those standards are. And his job is to uphold those standards. Now I thought he was out. Like his whole foot just
went right over the plate.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought he was out. Like, what? I'm like, his foot ain't touching no plate.
Right. But that's it is what it is.
it is what it is. Is it about that time?
It's about that time, bro.
Oh, holla at your boy.
You bad, Chubbs.
So over the weekend, of course, more stuff with Deshaun Watson case keeps dropping day by day. But I want people to pay attention to what his lawyer, Rusty Harden, said over the weekend. It's very important and very key to the situation. He says, were there sometimes consensual encounters? Yes. That is key.
That raised my antennas on a couple of different things. He said that, but go ahead. I was like,
that says that there's been contact. So that can give these 22 civil suit allegations some kind of leg to stand on because they're showing that there is contact. Now at this point in the criminal investigation is to prove whether it was consensual or not.
Right.
So that Deshaun.
What you doing, bro?
You put yourself in a pickle, my brother. By the admission of your lawyer, who knows this game more than you, and for him to utter those words, oh my God!
Right.
This changes the situation. This changes the trajectory of this whole thing. Now you're pretty much getting split right down the middle, Deshaun. You may got character witnesses that say, he's never done such a thing, but you're still facing the other 22 women who are saying he's a predator. And by you and your lawyer with his own mouth admitting acts doesn't help this situation for you at all. In my opinion, it doesn't. So I don't know if anybody peeped that out. But damn, Deshaun, this does not help you, brother, at all.
It doesn't, man. I kind of felt this kind of the same way when I heard that. I was like, he may say he might be guilty.
Yeah.
Because here's my thing. Let me say this first. The burden of proof is on the prosecution.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's still worse in his favor in some ways.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They have to prove
that he did
that,
this,
that it was no consent and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What up, Tim? Long time no here.
What's up, Tuck?
So let's start with that.
Yeah.
But my thing was when I heard that, I was like, you know,
I did the thing.
Because like initially the whole thing was like,
yeah,
you know, hey, they lying,
I've never done such a thing.
A lot of times you interject those type of language to protect the wrongdoing that you done.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh man. And then I think too, as his lawyer, I wouldn't have said that.
I wouldn't have said.
I'd have waited to court and try to make them prove their case. Prove your case. The burden's on you. Prove your case, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That took me out of my mind. I'm like, wait. I could understand, like, because Deshaun, when the first civil suit came, he went on Instagram, and ever since then hasn't said nothing.
And I think that's smart.
Yes,
a lot of people
that's
like,
smart. That's smart.
Oh, he didn't say that. The burden of proof is on him.
I don't need to defend
I don't have to say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let them prove it.
Yeah, let them prove it.
Right.
But when your lawyer said, and I'm like, wait, ain't Rusty Harden almost damn like the white Johnny Cochran down in Houston, Texas? Like, what do we do?
No, he ain't that good.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm just trying to gaslight him real quick.
Right.
I'm just saying, but like, you know, because that's how you feel.
Right.
Like, come on, what are you doing? Like, is you in on the fix shit too?
Right.
Like, is you trying to sabotage this man?
They're all against him.
Like, I'm like, you must be a Cowboys fan. Or something.
We them boys.
Because I'm like, damn. I'm like, for your lawyer to say it.
Yeah, it was. I understand that.
Yeah, man.
I understand that.
This shit ain't looking too hot for your boy D Watson, man.
Right.
I just had to get that. I didn't know if anybody peeped that out. But I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Man. And so, anyway, go ahead, big bro. Get it off your chest.
I will
man.
1 second. Tim said he don't believe in women. I just don't. I don't know, bro. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get up to my get off your chest moment. I think sometimes we can be blinded, and it's not saying that I believe or don't believe, but sometimes we can get blinded by
thoughts and feelings,
the personality of the person being accused, and because his personality or his persona is known to be a good guy, then sometimes we overlook the monster that may be in the good guy.
Yeah.
And I preface the state before I said it that I'm not saying
he's guilty.
I believe either or which way. I'm just saying you have to be careful sometimes. And when you come to cases like this, a lot of times you have to sit back and wait till all the facts are out.
Because
we can give commentary on it because that's what we do.
Yeah, because I've been giving commentary, you know, what I'm saying, since the beginning of it. I'm like,
right.
I felt one way at the beginning, and I'm, you know, more and more. I'm like, I don't know what. I'm just let me commentate.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like even on Thursday, you know, I said it's not the first time I seen a female get on TV or get in front of somebody
and cry
and boo-hoo and then find out they lying. You know what I'm saying? And then I had to say again, because in the era of social media, I am not
get canceled.
Well, I'm just saying I am not victim shaming.
No.
I am not saying,
which we've never done.
Right.
This whole
I'm not.
Time.
I'm just pointing out different factors, you know, of a case, because some people jump to certain conclusions, and I say it on both sides, you know, on the female side, all the victim side, you know, that, like I said earlier, let's not get blinded by the persona of the accused, because there have been monsters, you know, that had a great persona.
Yeah.
I mean, Ted Bundy, they say he was the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Killer.
He was a killer. You know, so you know, you have to look at those things. Then you had mentioned Sharper.
Yeah, Darren Sharper. Darren Sharper was the biggest one that
you know what I'm saying?
People.
And a lot of people was like, what?
Hell, Kellen Winslow Jr.
I mean,
Ben Roethlisberger.
Right.
I mean,
you can go down the line. You go down the line. I mean, but I'm just saying, they give out these. Darren Roethlisberger. But you know what I'm saying? You can go down the line.
No, you can't.
I mean, Ray Lewis. I mean, we can name people.
Yeah, I mean, he fought for his life.
Right.
Whether you feel about the situation, he was in the situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I think I'm glad that you said that because we've never once victim shamed or like, oh, these girls are lying. We just raised issues with what was said.
Right.
And certain things. And that's why, even when we had my sister on, I was like, wow, I'm glad you cleared that up for me. That cleared some stuff up for me.
Right.
And it wasn't to damn one side or the other. It was just get clarification on the situation. Because let's be honest, Tony Busby, Rusty Harden are using this brother as a judge and jury trial over social media.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Right.
And that's probably the most damning thing is because his career
you're right, Tim.
is pretty much over. And he's 25.
Right.
I'm having a hard time seeing him coming back from this.
Well, here's the thing.
Period.
You talking about Deshaun?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
That's such a
what I say about
thing
that
on his character.
If he's found not guilty, he'd be all right. And I'm going to tell you why. Because
they got to prove that them women is lying.
If he's found not guilty, mark my words.
Okay.
Because people have a short memory.
Okay.
I mean,
you got a point.
Think about players that done things, and that at time when it happened, everybody's like, ooh. And then they do things like win championships and stuff like that. I mean, your boy on Kansas City.
Oh, Tyreek?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, me, because I've spoke about it.
I know you have. I'm just saying in general, everybody, Tyreek is the man. Tyreek's the man. And forget about that history.
He's had his own domestic
you know what I'm saying?
issues.
Right. So, I mean, my thing is.
Acquitted or not, the stigma's been there.
So. Right. So, my thing with him is that if he get acquitted, then he'll be all right. It may take a minute.
Let me ask you this. Go ahead. So, the criminal investigation, they come up with nothing, but he settles. What's your thought process then? Does he still come back from that? Because to me, if you settle,
here's the thing.
That's almost an admission of guilt.
Tim said, "Tell me this. How they gonna prove it?" I don't know. I mean, because we don't know what they have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know because
even Shorty was real vague.
The evidence has been like vague, and they kind of been withholding a lot of stuff. But here's the thing about that. I still stick to what I said before. Yes, it's gonna look bad at first. But at the same, Michael Jackson. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson settled out of court, paid the money.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? People ain't stopped buying his music because it's still that element of doubt there because we don't know whether or not he did it. So it's the element of doubt. Okay.
R. Kelly.
You know what I'm saying? You can go down the line. It's like the element, as long as you have that element of doubt there, people are going to roll with you. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
But,
anyway, let's get on to your because we could go down a rabbit hole that way.
So here's my thing, and I want to preface my statement with saying this. Let me just get into it, and I'll go to it. The Draymond Green situation. I meant to talk about this before, and I just want to kind of bring it up. He said I'm really tired of seeing, these WNBA players or the female athletes just complaining because they're not doing themselves. They're doing themselves a disservice. All right. And then he said, let me make sure he said, they should make sure that they, driving what's being reported and make sure they driving what is being changed, i.e., asking Nike for more, for more stories about them. So initially, when I first heard Draymond Green's comments, I didn't have a problem. I think people was taken out of context because he did back it up and say, "Hey, I'm with y'all, but here's my suggestions what you should do.
Mhm.
He said he didn't say stop complaining. He said it's coming across like y'all complaining and y'all not having any solutions.
Mm.
And I think that when he first presented that, and I looked at it just as those statements, I said, you know what? I don't have a problem with that, because a lot of times we hear certain things and we get emotional to it, and we don't really hear what exactly is being said.
Yeah.
And I'm saying he was just saying, here's what I think. Here's the solution. You might not like the way he delivered it.
Mhm.
That's a whole nother discussion. And then I started like digging into it a little more. And what's that? Naka a robot? I don't know if I said her name right. She stated that there are a lot of issues that can be solved by education, lack of ignorance of the subject. I was like, I started thinking about myself. There's a lot of things I'm ignorant to when it comes to their struggle.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know the behind the scenes thing. So I said, okay, she raising a good issue. So it got my wheels turning. I said, okay. And she said, we need to sit down, have a conversation. And she also stated that, she appreciated Draymond Green using his platform to talk about it. He said, let's take it a step further, sit down behind offline in privacy and talk about it. I said, okay, that's good. Because I think that although you may not like what he said, she approached it with a little more diplomatic, open-mindedness. Hey, thank you for using your platform to bring awareness to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because whether you like it or not, the fact that he said it, now people are looking.
Yeah.
Because it got me to start investigating a little bit more. Then Angel McAtree, she said, that she created a show about the issue. She created some other stuff she said some other stuff about the issue, went to Sony and got turned down.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, wow. Okay, now. I said, now that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to what Naka was saying about the ignorance. You know what I'm saying? I was ignorant to that. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? All I knew was what Draymond had said.
Yeah.
So my point is that I think, what up, Sincere?
Sincere, what's happening?
I know I did. He said I definitely messed her name up. I know I did. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though. But anyway, I think the biggest issue is that, first of all, the back and forth quarreling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Between them two, if he already saying he's on your side, he's already saying that, hey, I'm with you. Find a common ground so y'all can work together. And I think that a lot of times we get emotionally attached to certain situations. I mean, case in point, i.e., when certain things happen with our community, my first response is always emotional because of the fact I am tired of seeing the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to sit back because some of them cases may not always be police brutality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think a majority of them are, but there are some cases in there that may not be, maybe that person should have did such and such, such and such, But my biggest point to this here is that I think that what the WNBA should do, and along with the players and the NBA should do, is find a common ground, unite, and help. Find another stream of revenue, another revenue stream. Okay, she went to Sony. Okay, Sony turned you down. But what if she went with Sony with NBA players?
But damn that. There's former NBA players, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, All the Smoke
podcast, right?
Go to them. They're in entertainment,
right?
There are other avenues,
right? But see, I think too, going to my point and what you said too, is that if they connect with each other, and find that common ground, they can come up with, like you said that, right? They might not see that, So say maybe Matt Barnes, they know, then they say, hey, look, come to us, or maybe another NBA player, hey, let's link up and do something, you know.
Kevin Durant has a whole uninterrupted. LeBron James has that whole franchise, media franchise. It's not like they don't have different avenues,
right?
Especially with LeBron, who's
Right. LeBron is a big advocate. I mean,
for WNBA players,
right? And that's my point.
The first person
that is my point. Is that if you look at the thrust of Draymond's argument,
yes,
you know, and I think that's the main thing is, you know, everybody said, oh, you know, he's wrong for what he said. He's attacking them.
Yeah, because I even spoke about it.
Look at the thrust of his argument. He did not attack them.
He said, "Come with a plan."
He said, "Come with a plan."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Come with a plan. You know, come up with a solution because it's coming across like you complain. He didn't say you're complaining. He said it's coming across like you're complaining. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? And then when people see the people with the money see that, they're gonna be like, oh, they just complaining. Mm-hmm. They just nagging women because that's the label like they put on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's right or wrong, that's a label you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying, hey, let's come up with solutions.
Yeah. And
I think that's the bigger point. And that's kind of what Tim was saying. He said Draymond Green can be a hothead sometimes, but he has a point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So it's like you may not like the way the message is being put across.
Yeah.
But listen to the thrust of the argument. What is he really saying?
And
then you can break that down.
But that goes back to everybody's problem. If
right.
you listen.
Right. And then you can break those down into little pieces and say, okay, you're wrong on this part, Draymond, but okay, right here, I can see where you at.
Yeah.
Let's meet right here. Yeah. Let's work that out. And I said, I think that's what we need to start looking at, you know, because I love to see them get more money. Because to me, if I'm a female and I didn't play sports all my life, I get to the collegiate level, then now they created something for professional level. Mm-hmm. And I'm working a professional level and I still got to work a second job. That's a problem.
I mean, honestly,
you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm working a professional level and I'm still not making enough money to live comfortable.
I put it to you this way, and because I've even spoke about it on the late night show. Uh-huh. I think Draymond was right at this point when he says, you know, he's got all this advertising dollars,
right? But
your marketing isn't up to par because it isn't,
right?
I mean, their jerseys got all the corporations and there's advertising and marketing dollars somewhere being spent,
right?
But they're not being spent on the right areas to progress the game because WNBA is full of athletes that we just saw tore it up in March Madness,
right?
Every year,
and that was entertaining to me.
I
loved it,
and they get lost in the shuffles because when Draymond said, you know, LeBron is a superstar, but at the same time, he gets marketed like a superstar.
Right.
There's marketing dollars put behind knowing who he is. Like Deanna Taurasi, you know, if you didn't pay attention to her in UConn and you just now getting put on game tour now, you don't know who she is.
Right. And that's to me, they're the big stars in the WNBA and WNBA.
Yeah.
You know, they should be household names.
Just like they were NBA stars.
Right. They should be household names.
And I think and I hate to assume that's what Draymond was saying.
I will say,
but that's what I took from it.
In the 90s, you did see more of them. Yeah. Because like you seen Lisa Leslie on everything.
Yeah. But because they backed her up.
Right. And I think
they realized what she meant to the WNBA brand.
Although I will say it was more like a novelty.
Novelty or not.
I'm saying, but I'm gonna say that, but but it still brought eyes.
I got you.
So if they go back to that and start bringing more players into the limelight, into the spotlight like that, I think they can attract more people.
Yes.
And then I won't say this.
You know what I'm
like? How many women are supporting the sport?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It has to.
You know what I'm saying? It support the sport. If it's not just because it's female coming together and unifying, support the sport. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that men should not.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying at the very least,
their main market should be women.
Well, I don't want to say that. I don't want to go that way.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't want to say that. I'm just saying because I think what I'm saying is that if you are a female, at least if you're into sports too. I mean, I'm not saying you ain't into sports, you ain't into sports, but if you're a female, support female athletics.
Yeah, what's up with that girl power shit, y'all?
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And also
Girl power.
you know, find a way to market to other demographics.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, for me, I like competition.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch it just for the competition. I mean, you know, some people say, "Well, it ain't dunking." I mean, to me, if you're watching the NBA just for dunks, do you really love the sport?
Yeah. You watch it for highlights.
You know what I'm saying? You just watch, for highlights and
at that
stuff
point,
like
you
that.
might as well wait till the game over.
You know what I'm saying?
Just watch Sports Center.
But to me, if you really right, if you really enjoy
Yeah.
the game,
Yeah.
you know, why? I mean, I enjoy competition, so I really enjoy the game. So I don't mind watching, like you said about the tournament.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching South Carolina play.
Yeah.
This old girl.
Dawn Staley.
Nah, I want to talk about Dawn Staley.
Oh, no, I'm saying she got them girls.
Yeah, she got them girls playing. Oh, why's her name? I'm drawing a blank on her name.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she was. I was loving that.
Yeah.
I was loving that, and I think that you know, if people can start marketing that, because she was dominating. I mean, Euro stepping on folk.
Yeah.
You know,
Paige Buchers for UConn.
Yeah.
Yeah. The freshman.
Right. I think young lady from Stanford, Cameron Brinks. I like her.
Russell Wilson's sister. What's her name? Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She on Stanford. Then the old girl, the female Shaw Marion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She was nice.
Hey, but you know what's crazy? You know who's doing a lot of marketing right now for the
Right.
WNBA, and they probably don't even know that they're doing it. Candace
Parker
has been on the TNT show,
mm-hmm.
and her knowledge is just as good as Shaq.
Oh, I mean, I will say I do like the fact that you starting to see more of them on some of them.
Bro, I love it.
Yeah,
because she's bantering with them, she's showing
mm-hmm.
her competitive side,
mm-hmm.
and that brings eyes to WNBA because you be like, oh well, if she's yakking it up with some of the best of the best that ever played it,
right?
Oh, then that product got to be good, but.
Mm-hmm.
They have to market it that.
I think the problem is how they market.
I'm sorry, they're failing on that. So I will stand with Draymond on his comments. They are failing at marketing their product, which is crazy because they have the talent to literally take it elsewhere, to take the WNBA to newer heights.
Right.
You know, what I'm saying is the peak of WNBA with Cheryl Swoop, Lisa Leslie,
right?
All them when Cynthia Cooper, when it all started, we knew who they were,
right? So
get back to that. If you have to keep putting Candace Parker's face on TNT or find Diana Taurasi some time on ESPN, find
because Taurasi is nice.
Oh,
okay, nobody's saying she's nice, man.
Sue Bird's still hooping. I think so.
Right. You right, Sincere. He makes another good point too. The WNBA commercials are usually regional and not national.
They never national.
Right. And I think that's part of the issue too. They should be. I mean, you can live in Minnesota, you're gonna see LeBron on commercials.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You can live in Canada.
Yes.
You're gonna see LeBron somewhere.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So the big names in the WNBA should be doing the same
exact
thing.
It's an easy process.
Right.
Find your stars for each team and market them.
And I think
they have 12 teams.
Here's the thing.
You can't find 12 good players to just market.
Tap into your social media.
Bingo. That's the easiest marketing.
Tap into your social media. Now,
easiest marketing right there.
I go back to my previous point that since I jacked her name, I'm gonna say the young lady. Since she already got me, so I'm gonna say the young lady. You know, when she has said about the ignorance.
Yeah.
I am ignorant to the fact that I don't know exactly what they are doing.
True.
But at the same time, I kind of really that proves my point even more is that why I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why I have to go and dig for stuff like that, but things that's happening in NBA, NFL, MLB, FIFA, NHL
gets advertised.
I see it. NASCAR. I see. I'm even
it drops in the app.
I'm not even a NASCAR fan.
It drops on the phone.
It drops on the phone. You see NASCAR stuff. You know? And so my thing is that
I don't even know when the WNBA draft is. But if I wasn't watching the Lakers and the Nets, I wouldn't have seen the billboard
Right.
in the arena that
Right.
said WNBA draft, June, blah, 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 blah.
Sincere
I
said,
wouldn't have seen it.
start playing that season early, just before the NBA playoffs. You saying, and on the same day and channel. I agree with that. I think that trying to put them up against the NBA may be an issue. You know, just like they ran.
But don't put them against NFL.
I mean, they have to find something.
Put them against baseball.
Yeah, that too. They got to find some kind of balance. Like I said,
put them against baseball.
I don't know what that balance is.
Don't put them up against the NFL. You can't put them up against the NFL. And you damn sure, don't put them up against the NBA. But for damn sure, don't put them up against the NFL.
Right, you right too, Ben. I do say, like, when the Shock was in Detroit,
yeah,
I kind of like got really into it because they was winning with Lambeer was coaching.
But it's still regional.
But yeah, I'm saying, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I got you.
But he's saying that I have he had liked it since he had said he haven't liked it since the Shock left Detroit.
Yeah.
And that speaks to a bigger point too. Is that you
sound like a bitter Oakland Raiders fan? Like, how many times I gonna leave Oakland, motherfucker?
that speaks to a bigger point too. Is that yes, you get the regional people involved.
Yeah.
At the same time, you build on that and make it national.
Yeah.
Because
I remember Lambeer had them winning.
He had them winning, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Got championships.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, I was liking it.
Yeah, you was getting championships.
You was getting championships. You know what I'm saying?
It's always good to brag when your team wins.
Right, but at the same time, you have to build on that and make it national.
Yeah.
But that's it, man. I'm not gonna keep belaboring the point.
No.
Say it with your chest, little ass nigga.
You just get some shit off my chest.
Get off my chest.
No, hey, good show. Sometimes we don't even care if we run over time. Who cares? It's our show. We run
I always want to announce too that coming soon that we're gonna change the format of our sports show.
Yeah, we're
gonna go to a kind of like a more traditional sports show. Go for 2 hours. We're gonna still do the hour live with Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and some tweets on Twitter.
Yeah,
but what we're gonna do is, like, after that hour is up, we're gonna head over to I.O.W. Network and still broadcast for an additional hour.
Yeah. So if you want that content,
right?
Especially if you are Apple users right now, going over to the Apple Store, and
Down.
don't worry, Android people,
it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming, Vin.
If not,
right. But that second hour is gonna be a little different.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it more interactive. Call-ins. Different little trivia questions and stuff like that. So that's coming soon down the pipeline.
So if you want to say it with your chest,
you can say it with your chest. You can
get it off your chest
moment. We're gonna have a whole lot of different things going on.
We should have turned that just a whole second hour, just a whole get off your chest moment.
So stay tuned for that.
Get off your chest hour.
It's gonna be a 2-hour block, but like I said, the whole 2 hours will be live on the I.O.W. network.
Yeah.
The first hour will still be running simultaneously on the way we do it now, live. Facebook, YouTube live and all that thing.
Yeah.
The second hour
coming down the pipe.
Right. The second hour will be just on the I.O.W. network. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
A good show, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Good show.
That's episode 44.
Hold on a second.
Hank Aaron in this joint.
All right, Sincere. Come on.
What he talking
He said he about to call.
Oh, Lord. Come on, Sincere. Go ahead, call. Let's go ahead and get Sincere Says moment out the way.
Calling the Black Confucius.
Let's go ahead and get your little moment out the way. Again.
Wait a minute. You talking about you on call now? You on call when we start the new format? Which one you talking about, Sincere?
No, I'm a call. Who called in?
But anyway, while we waiting on him. Oh, not now. Okay, got you. Man. Okay, got you. Well, you call and we go to the network, buddy.
Oh God.
Make sure you guys who have appreciate you Sincere, when we you guys who have an iOS device, you download
Apple Heads.
the app. We are
I.O.W. network.
Right. We right now the app is just playing music and some off the wonder stuff. We're doing a soft launch right now. in the next month or so, we're gonna do a full rollout. We just waiting. I'm really just waiting for the other app to be developed so we can get everybody a chance to download it and listen to it. And we developing shows. We got a couple of shows down the pipeline. We got a morning show that I'm trying to develop, 5 days a week.
I might do a cooking show.
Lamar might do a cooking show.
Yeah.
I got a show called Raising Mail I'm kind of thinking about doing.
Ooh, I just had it. Ooh, Game Day Bites.
See?
Game Day Bites.
We got
Sports.
a show of our boy AJ coming in.
Yeah.
Him and Nana gonna do a show. Oh man,
Nana.
we've been talking. When AJ and I been talking about that, that show gonna be dope.
Yeah.
So we're talking to other people. So we got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. So stay tuned. We appreciate the ones who are supporting now. Shout out to Sincere, Vin, Tim, Melvin, Stephanie. If I forget you, charge it to my mind and not to my heart. I think I said that right.
Yeah, charge it to my weed, not smoke too much.
Yeah. Charge it to my contact high.
Smoking my shit, boy.
I ain't smoking. I'm just getting that contact. It's messing up my memory. What'd you say my name was?
What your name is, boy?
But anyway, let's wrap it up because this nigga getting out of hand.
Yeah, me. And I'm hungry as hell too.
That too. It's time to eat dinner. It's time to get on.
Anyway, look. Until next time.
Right.
Till episode 45, God willing, we drop. We'll see y'all Thursday. God willing, y'all will see me tonight.
Right.
Through the rest of the week, of course, with the late night show. But hey, until then, it's your boy Walker Marn, that boy Detroit Mel. We about the building. Peace and love.
The I.O.W. Network.
W Sports.